Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the holiday edition of Business News with me, Sandra Esinamafenu. Ghana cannot completely renounce its membership with the International Monetary Fund (IMF) after exiting the program. That's according to former Finance Minister Seth Sekpe. According to him, the country will still need to fall on the fund for some assistance if the need arises, but government has expressed commitment not to return to the IMF program after exiting in April.
Like Kenya and some of the East African countries, that's the program they have. So they have their own program, but then it does not preclude you from going to the IMF, to ask for assistance. And then you let go. Because remember, even the advanced economies we call the PIGS, Portugal, Ireland, Greece, Spain, when they had their problems, they went to the IMF. But within 2 years, they had paid off the loan. Ireland paid off within 2 years. Greece is about to get out again. So the IMF then becomes the buffer that it is established. Because there's no other institution established to help developing countries than the IMF. It's a global institution. That's its purpose. By signing in to be, we are not leaving the IMF. It's not like Britain. And that's why it's not Gazette. It's not Ghana exiting the IMF. No. Right? We are exiting IMF programs. We are not renouncing our membership of the IMF. Right. We are not renouncing our membership of the IMF. I stand for correction, but I don't understand it to be that way. Okay. What does that mean? It means that like every member institution that is a member of the IMF, you will open your books anyway for their missions, for their review, under the so-called Article 4.
Let's do other stories now. The Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, is hopeful prices of goods and services could go down should government consider a petition to reduce high import duties. This optimism comes after members of the Council of State met with various stakeholders, including the Ghana Union of Traders Association and the Ministry of Finance, to brainstorm on ways to address the high import regime in the country. Charles Aite has more in this report.
The Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, is confident that government's consideration of a possible reduction in import duties would in the long run reduce the cost of goods and services in the country. Speaking to Joy Business, President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph, traveling to neighboring West African countries to purchase imported goods because
the duty rates for quite a long time, and then that the government bring to ensure you cannot do those things in isolation, leaving the fundamental issue of the high duty rates that is not ensuring compliance.
It's been years since GUTA pressed home concerns regarding high import duties, which according to traders have made clearing goods at the ports very much disturbing.
In business we are into competition. You can never price yourself out. Once somebody have gotten a reasonable rebate, he's going to make it to his customers. And so if you do not go, these things come naturally. And so it means that when the duty rate goes down, definitely it's going to positively affect the prices downwards.
Following concerns by GUTA over the high import duties, the Council of State invited the business community to ascertain whether or not a reduction, a possible maintenance, or an increase in import duties could be the way forward for them. Dr. Joseph Obin says interactions so far have been positive and he's confident of a way forward.
Or if you are importing a 2018 SUV with 1.5 engine capacity, how many charges and levies are you likely to pay and what will be your total cost? Here's the breakdown for you. All right, to other stories now. And Ghana is 62 years old today. And as part of the 62nd anniversary, actually, Independence Day celebration, there was a huge crowd this afternoon at ADOM TV's FUFU party. It could be described as a massive improvement on last year's numbers. The event attracted scores of businesses and other services providers who obviously made some serious gains. And as usual, a requirement for the FUFU party is the sale of asanka, and this year also generated some massive popularity. Karen Dodu has been looking at some innovative ways that asanka sellers actually used to market their products.
In different shapes and sizes, these earthenwares were brought all the way from several parts of the country to be sold at the ADOM FUFU party. This year, many more joined the sale to cash in on the party.
Okay, so that's Auntie Mary who came all the way from Nkoko to sell her asanka. Now she's telling me that looks like this year many other traders have joined them to sell the asanka, so it's not going as fast as she expected, but hoping that by 5 p.m. she'll be able to sell all the 200 earthenware bowls that she brought here to sell. Let's move on to some other traders. And another interesting thing selling today is the wedru. Now, wedru is also a wooden mortar that people use to pound either cassava or palm nuts. And I have this couple here. Hello, madam. Pacho Michao. Pacho, mona moton wedru na wo hey. Pacho wedru no. Ahena mode buy na ahena maton.
About 2020, we are 5.
Na eja in himself for the nkofo ba be dia aben de dana we don't am de buy then am am de buy.
About the area na be dwane de kan buy.
So this couple, they are also from Nkoko, and they're telling me that, well, they thought it wise that if we have asanka, we also have wedru. So just in case somebody might want to buy that as well, they decided to bring their wedru, also known as a mortar. And so far, they've been able to sell 5 out of the 20 they brought.
For Mary, to stay on top of business, she adds some extra service, grounded pepper. And at the end of the day, she managed to sell all 200 asankas.
My profit pa, nyaminti, my profit pa.
Let's say how many percent?
Oh, niana me susane de mensaka.
So what this lady is telling us is that she knew many people would come here to sell their asanka. So she took a step further to add ground pepper to her asanka. So when you buy asanka for her, she'll just grind some pepper for you. So that if you want your soup extra spicy, you can get that as a plus to buying her asanka. So this is one of the main people who make sales here at the ADOM FUFU party. Reporting for Joy News, Karen Dodu.
Interesting report by Karen Dodu. And meanwhile, the spotlight was also on some indigenous beverages. Retailers say local beverages are gaining popularity in recent time.